Hey, what is up guys? It's that guy Josh here. So last week was E3 and a bunch of games got shown off as they always do. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a little recap type thing, the top 10 most anticipated games from E3 2017. So here we go. Now remember, these are all my personal opinions, so if you have ones that differ from mine, please let me know. Or don't let me know, I don't really care that much, but it would be cool to see you guys' thoughts on this year's E3 because it was very good. I found it this year was a pretty okay E3. It wasn't like super amazing, but I thought it was pretty good. Anyway, here's the top 10 of E3 this year, in my opinion. Alright guys, so starting off in the number 10 slot, we have Anthem. So Anthem was the game that's being made by EA, and it's basically, from what I can tell, sort of their version of Destiny, or a Destiny-esque game, where it's a giant world and it's basically like an MMO where you have many people roaming around the same world as you on servers and whatnot. You can create parties and it's an RPG, so yeah, it looks really cool, although I don't know if I'll get it because I don't really play many EA games outside of like Mirror's Edge, but it's definitely something that caught my eye and I'd like to look into it a bit more. It seems pretty neat. Alright, so in the number 9 slot we have Sea of Thieves, which is being made by Rareware and is going to be put on Xbox. Now, Rareware, for those who don't know, before they made all the really crappy Kinect Adventures games for the Xbox Kinect, they made really good games way back on the N64. They actually used to be Nintendo owned, and they made really good games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie 2, or Banjo-Tooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. They made some of the Donkey Kong games. They made some really good games, and they haven't really made a good game in a while, and so this is looking to be one of their first really good games in a while. It's basically giant sort of open world pirate game where your crew is like you and your friends, and you have like a ship and you can find treasure and stuff. And for me right now, it doesn't have enough for me to get really interested in, but just the fact that Rareware is making it like a new game that's actually like a game with substance instead of just Kinect Adventures, it's interesting, and I'm definitely again interested on how it's going to turn out. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get it just because I don't think it's going to be my type of game, but I'm definitely looking forward to what it has. Alright, in the number 8 slot we have Skull and Bones. So Skull and Bones is being developed by Ubisoft, and basically what they decided to do was take the naval combat from Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed Black Flag and just make that its own game, with teams and whatnot. And it seems like it's going to be like an online based game, like a multiplayer based game. I don't know if it's going to have a campaign. That'd be cool though. But the trailer shows off a 5-minute battle between two enemy ship teams. They each have 5 ships each, and it was really interesting to watch. And so yeah, it's basically just the naval combat from Assassin's Creed, but its own game, and it's really fleshed out, and it looks really cool. And if I have money, I'll probably get it because it looks really interesting, and it sort of seems like almost an upgrade to the Assassin's Creed Black Flag mobile game that came out like when that was a thing. And I'm really interested to see how it does and what people think of it, because the naval combat was easily one of the best parts about Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4. Alright guys, in the number 7 slot we have Way Out. Now this is also being developed by EA, but this one looks way cooler, and it's not being developed by EA, sorry, it's being published by EA. It's being developed by the same people who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which is a co-op oriented game. And that's what this is too. So basically you play as 2 brothers and you're trying to escape a prison, and it's basically like, this might be a little bit of a crude comparison, but it seems like a 3D Escapists, but way better. A lot of my friends are super excited for this game just because it looks really cool, and it's like, again, like it's like you have to escape from prison. So yeah, I'm certainly excited for it too. It looks, again, it's made by the same people who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which was like a super critically acclaimed game anyway. So that looks cool. Alright, in the number 6 slot we have Starlink Battle for Atlas. Now, when they first, when the trailer for this game first started, it sort of seemed like a No Man's Sky clone, or like a game where you explore space. But it seems to be like a more like an online MMO sort of spaceship fighting game. And the way they did this was really cool. Basically, they were like, oh, you can build your own ship with like real life toys and then assemble it, and then your ship that you build with like real life toys is this ship in the game. And it looks really cool, and I don't really know like what to think. I think it's coming out next year, and it looks really cool. Like the whole like toys thing caught me really off guard. And I mean, way back when I was a kid, I loved Skylanders, although I kind of hate it now. It's super overdone. But I really like collecting little toys and like putting them and getting things in the game. But this seems really robust, like a lot of customization. I'm just really excited to see where that goes. One thing I'm worried about though is that if the game might be locked behind a paywall, where in order to get the best stuff for your ships or whatever, you have to like just buy the best parts. But they did say that you could, or they did hint at rather, I don't know if it's confirmed, but they said something along the lines of you'll be able to get the parts in the game, but you can also collect the toys and build it that way. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I'm definitely looking forward to it because it seems really cool. Alright, so every game that I'm about to mention right now, I am like 95% going to get when it comes out, because all of these games really are exciting to me. So, in the number 5 slot, we have the new Kirby game. So, Kirby, my first Kirby game ever was Kirby Superstar Ultra on the Nintendo DS. That's still probably my favorite Kirby game. But I've played many more. I played Epic Yarn, I played Triple Deluxe, which was also really good, and I believe I played a bit of Return to Dreamland at my friend's house, but I didn't play much of it, and that's why another reason I'm really excited for Kirby on the Switch, and there is no like name for it right now, it's just like a new Kirby game. It looks like Return to Dreamland, but on the Switch, and like, for me, Nintendo seems to treat Kirby as like their character that they feel like they can do anything with. They can make a bunch of spin-offs with, and it would be fine because people love Kirby, and that's fine. But I feel like sure, they had Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot on the 3DS, but there hasn't been like a console like core Kirby game since Return to Dreamland back on the Wii. So that's gonna be really interesting, and I'm probably gonna buy it just because it's Kirby, and I love Kirby. He's my main in Smash Bros. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Alright, in the number 4 slot we have The Crew 2. Now, admittedly, the story of The Crew 1 and even some of the gameplay of The Crew 1 was extremely flawed and even just bad at sometimes. But I fucking loved The Crew because it's just like really fun to mess around in. It's just a giant sandbox type thing where it's just a massive world, and you can drive all around, and it's just really interesting. Like, it's really fun. It's really fun to fuck around in, and I thought that was a really good game. I know a lot of people didn't think it was the best game, and admittedly it has a lot of problems, but I still really liked it. And so with The Crew 2, they're doing something that I did not expect at all. Now the game's more than just cars and racing. Also, by the way, I should mention I'm a huge fan of racing games. That's why I really like The Crew, because it's fun and it's open world racing. But something that caught me really off guard was that in The Crew 2, you use more than just cars. You use boats, helicopters, bikes, monster trucks, basically any sort of means of transportation you can think of, you can use it in The Crew 2. So I'm curious on how the whole story is gonna play out in that game, because in the first game you were like some like street racers and whatever. So, but in this game it seems like you're like gonna be like a professional like motorsport person who's just like a god at everything. So I don't know about the story, but I'm definitely really excited because like it's gonna be cool to boat and fly, especially flying. I love flying around in video games. I'll probably stick to the road a lot just because that's also really fun. I love racing games. But I'm really looking forward to The Crew 2, and I'm really looking forward to how it changes the formula of The Crew. Alright, in the number 3 slot, we have Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So this was the very first trailer they showed off at the Ubisoft press conference. And basically, it's like Mario and Rabbids just like had a baby, and it's a tactical turn-based RPG sort of thing. It looks a lot like XCOM, although I've never played any XCOM game before, and I'm really excited. And it's just because it's so random. To be fair, I hate the rabbits. Let me just put that right. I hate the rabbits. They're basically minions, but in video games, and I hate it. But it looks really cool, and it looks surprisingly well done. Everybody's been saying that it's cool, and it's just so weird to me because it's like they have guns, and it's Mario plus rabbits, which is the most random thing if you ask me. But I'm still really excited because like it looks really fun. It's coming out in August too, so it's not too far away. Alright, in the number 2 spot, we have Super Mario Odyssey coming this October for the Nintendo Switch. Super Mario Odyssey is the new fully 3D open sandbox world Mario game that's being developed for the Nintendo Switch. The developers of the game have repeatedly said that it's going to be very similar to the style of Super Mario Sunshine and Super Mario 64. And while I have not fully played Super Mario 64, I have 100%ed Sunshine and played through that game multiple times, and I could say that Sunshine is probably the second, it's the second best GameCube game. Actually, no. It's one of the best GameCube games ever, in my opinion. And it's one of the best Mario games ever too. And I'm really excited for this because they showed off a lot of Super Mario Odyssey at E3. Granted, it was a lot of the same stuff, but they showed it off a lot. And it looks really cool. I love how there's like a co-op mode where one person plays out his hat. And I love how you can possess things. That's such a cool mechanic. Because, you know, in Mario Sunshine you had Flood. In Super Mario Galaxy you had like the spin move that like basically allows you to like sort of half double jump. In this, you have your cap, which you can throw onto enemies to like possess the enemies, so you can become like a Bullet Bill and stuff, which looks really, really cool. And then there's also the whole, you can use it as like a projectile type thing, or even as a platform, and it looks really good, and the trailer song is amazing. So I'm really excited for Super Mario Odyssey, and I think a lot of other people are too. Definitely one of the biggest highlights of E3 this year. Alright, in our number 1 spot, as you can see by the thing that just appeared, Metroid Prime 4. And I should say not just Metroid Prime 4, but just Metroid as a whole. Because not only are they developing Metroid Prime 4, which is like, it's basically Nintendo's Half-Life 3. Like, nobody thought they were going to make it, everybody wanted them to. And they revealed that they're actually doing it, they're actually making Metroid Prime 4. Not only did they do that, which would have been more than enough to keep me excited, they revealed a second Metroid game for the Nintendo 3DS that's coming out this September, and it's a remake of Metroid's Return of Samus on the Game Boy. It's a remake of that, which is really funny to me because a while back last year, a fan actually remade Metroid 2 Return of Samus on the PC and made it. And if you watch my streams, I'm going to eventually play that game. But it's just really funny, and the fact that they're making 2 Metroid games just shows that they like care about Metroid and that it's not dead like a lot of people thought, and it's just so damn exciting, man. And this is easily the highlight of this year's E3. It was the second most talked about thing at this year's E3 other than Assassin's Creed Origins, which also looks cool. That's probably gonna that'd be like an honorable mention. So my most exciting thing from E3 is Metroid Prime 4. Now, if you haven't noticed, I've started streaming in anticipation for Metroid Prime 4 and Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS, and I will be streaming every Metroid game in like story chronological order, up until the release, or not up until the release, just until I finish all of them. So I have, if you haven't noticed already, I've started streaming, and I will certainly be playing the Prime games very, very soon, on my stream. So if you care about that, let me know. And it's not like I'm only gonna be streaming Metroid 2. I'm gonna stream other things as well. I'm just gonna start streaming now. So if you guys are interested in that, keep an eye out, because I stream right here on YouTube, and you can easily just watch it, and it's a lot more just there. Anyway, so yeah, my number one pick for this year's E3 in terms of the thing I'm most excited for is easily Metroid Prime 4 and Metroid Prime Samus Returns. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have different thoughts on what was really exciting at this year's E3, leave your comments down below. Subscribe for more videos, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys.